Alright guys, welcome back. This is Kaz and we are back here with another tutorial. And yes, I know I haven't done one in probably a month or a few months, a lot of months. Yeah, I've been busy with my game as always. Again, don't expect me to upload a ton. This is just because I felt like it at the time and I had an extra script lying around from a while ago. And I thought I'd do a tutorial on it. So the tutorial, a few disclaimers. I will not put the script in the description. The reason being is because I don't think you'll learn that way. Most of you guys would just go grab it, copy and paste it, and make the excuse that you're just going to look over it yourself. I feel that you learn it much better if you type it out yourself and you listen along. So sit back and relax and just get ready to put a bit of effort into it. Okay, so the tutorial today is a fire spear, so it's fire magic basically. And I didn't make this recently, in case you're wondering. So the code is a bit messy, but it will teach you a bit if you were new to scripting. I can guarantee that at least. Okay, so first off, we're going to need our fire spear object. To do this, I've uploaded a fire spear to my account. I'll put the link to it in the description. You can use that. I encourage you to make your own. I didn't model this. I think I grabbed it from like Toolbox or like a free asset or something. But yeah, it was made a while ago, so I don't actually know. And I'm just going to go over it real quick. So for those people that are going to make their own, I suggest using everything inside here. So like, except deleting all this other stuff like here. No, sorry. I suggest using this, but just replacing this mesh and then renaming the spear mesh part mesh and then welding it all together. If you're going to make your own, just make sure hitbox is facing the correct way, and you have all these parts in here like the handle, the emitter, and all that stuff. What you're going to do with this fire spear, now that you have it, you're going to drag that into your server storage. Now make sure that is named fire spear as it was at the start. I don't know if you accidentally rename it or whatever, but make sure it's named fire spear. Okay, so to start off, we're going to need to insert a local script in starter pack. So what this will do is it'll fire a remote that we are going to create in just a few seconds. And if you don't know about remotes, you might want to do a bit of research about that. So also we're going to need to insert the remote, so just go here and look for remote event. If you can't find it, just type remote event, add that, and then we're going to name that remote event fire spear as well, just to keep it simple. Okay, so you're back at your local script. You can name the local script whatever you want. I'll just call it spear activator, like that. First things first is just add a weight. Especially if you're new to scripting, some of your stuff can not load correctly, so a weight is just a good little helper, just to get everything to load. So first off, just do these things, just keeps it neater. You don't have to do that, it's not gonna affect the code in any way. First off, we have to get the replicated storage. Oops, cell. My caps lock. Sorry guys, I have a new keyboard, so it's like weird to type. So with the replicated storage is equal to game get service replicated storage, and that just grabs the replicated storage so we can get the fire spear. And then we'll also get the user input service, so local user input service. Oh, my leg is itchy. And I'm just gonna tab that so it's, oh god, you know, it doesn't matter, is equal to game get service user input service. And what this does is it gets basically the user's input, so whenever they press a key, it doesn't get clicking. Clicking is a separate thing, but any keys they press it will get. So next up we have to do variables Again, you don't have to do this line or this line. I just do it for looks, makes it neater. So do this local player is equal to game.players local player. Then we'll do a local character. So I just do char. Make sure everything, by the way, if you're very new and you're just deciding to follow along, everything is very cap sensitive, and that includes whatever's in these quotes here. So just make sure they are exactly as I'm putting it, or however you're going about in your script. So, and then local chars, sorry, I keep doing this midway through like a line. Local characters, you go to player.character, this grabs the character through the player. Then we'll do local mouse is equal to player get mouse. Then add those open and close brackets. Then we'll do local remote is equal to replicated storage. Wait for child fire spear. So this just grabs the fire spear out of the replicated storage. And then we'll get the settings. So we'll do settings. Then local debounce is equal to true. Oops, no cap. Sorry. There we go, and then we'll do local key is equal to E. So you'll basically want to put whatever key you want to be used for this move in here. If it's a special key like tab or like an arrow or something like that, you'll have to go specially put that into a line that we'll type here in a minute, and I'll show you how to do that. So then we'll do user input service dot input began connect function. Oopsie. Okay, then we'll do input and is typing. So these are two things. These are two turns that you get whenever you call input began. So input is just whatever key they pressed, and then is typing is if they're typing in the chat, and we'll need to use that so it doesn't fire the move whenever they're typing in the chat, because that will be very annoying if you didn't do that. So we'll do if is typing, then return end, and I may say some wrong things here. You know, I'm not perfect, but yeah, that's just how it is. So correct me if I'm wrong, please. So we'll do local key press is equal to input.keycode. That just gets the actual key code. I mean, I don't know a better way to describe it. It's the code for the key that they pressed. Then we'll do if key pressed is equal to, make sure two equal signs, enum.keycode, and then we'll do key. Now if you're wanting to do your own key, you'll just type, look, so, oh wait, you'll have to, okay, you know, I'm not gonna do that right now. So we'll do key and debounce and character, then just make sure you get that end down there. A lot of people mess up on the end statements, just drop an end. So basically this checks if the key pressed is equal to the key up here, and it is, and debounce is true, and character, so the character is actually there and not gone or whatever. Then it'll first off set debounce to false, so they can't use it again until it fires a remote. Then we'll do remote, so the remote variable we created up there, we'll do remote fire server. I'm a little rusty at this, guys, okay? Mouse.hit, rusty at tutorials, that is. We'll do wait. Just a wait so they don't spam the remote so frequently that it messes with the game. And then we'll do debounce. I mean, they could with exploits, like you can't go against that. That's why we're doing the cooldown on the server rather than on the client, which is a very good thing. So, and then we set the debounce to true. Make sure you're not doing it false. Make sure this one here is false and this one is true. Then we have a wait, and then we have our two end statements, and that concludes our local script. And 9 minutes, and that's okay. It's pretty good. Now we'll move on to our next script. So we have to go to server script service right here. Just insert object script. You can call this whatever you want. You can put it in a folder. You can do whatever you want. Just needs to stay inside server script service. So we'll call this fire, whatever, fire initiator. I don't know. Name literally does not matter, other than to recognize what it is for yourself. I want to fix my headphones. Sorry about that. If you hear background noises, that's my brother. He's a very loud gamer, so please ignore that. I have a mic that catches like literally everything inside my house. Okay, so just again, add a wait one. I always like to do it on most of my older, or I used to like to do that on all my older scripts. I just don't need to now. So services, just again, and I don't want to type. Actually, no, yeah, it doesn't matter. Just do the replicated storage line first here, because you know you can be lazy. Replicated storage, so just type that, and then do local server storage is equal game get service, and then we'll do server storage. Okay. Oh, my knee. Gosh, why is my knee so itchy? Okay, and then we'll do local cool table. And there is some worries about this filling up if the game gets too big and there's like players constantly leaving using the move, joining using the move, and then leaving. Like this table would fill up and then it would max out. You can always have a function or something that just clears it after a while. I'm not going to add that in this script because it's not really necessary for what I'm using it for. You guys can look in how to do that yourself. I'm sure you learn a lot from that. But yeah, so we're gonna create a function first. So the local function look at mouse, or the locus a mouse, and then oopsie, and then just drop an end here. And then we're gonna put two things into these parentheses. We're gonna put mouse and root part. So this is gonna use a body gyro, sorry, to make the character face the mouse while they're using the move. So first off, we need to create a body gyro. So do, oopsie, I can't type right now. Local body gyro is equal to instance.new body gyro. Then we'll do body gyro dot max torque vector3.new 0, comma, and then we'll just put a very large value here. You could do math.huge, but I just decide not to because that usually breaks the game more. Or at least that's what I was doing when I was creating this script. You could do a smaller value if this is too high for you, because it can mess up if there's another object or force in the way. It'll be very glitchy if it's way high. Bodygyro.p, we'll just do 10,000. So the power is basically like kind of almost as how fast it moves into that position or into that rotation. So max torque is like the max force. So like the weight, the max weight of the object that it can move, almost. And we're only allowing it to rotate on one axis. And then we have power, which is like speed almost. So it'll rotate pretty quickly to the point that we want it. So we'll do bodygyro.cframe. So go to cframe.new, and then we're creating basically a new cframe here, if you can tell. So do rootPart.position, comma mouse.position. This just creates a new cframe that is positioned at the root part, but it is facing the mouse. I can hear my brother right now. I'm sorry guys if you guys can hear that. He's very loud. I have both my doors shut. There's 2 doors. Okay, I have no way to stop that. Okay, so do bodygyro.parent is equal to root part. Oh, I have a sneeze coming. Oh. Ooh. Gosh, I don't have corona, guys, okay? It's during the whole corona thing, if you guys are watching, like, a year later. And, yeah. Okay, so we got... Oh, sorry, I'm not explaining. So, yeah, we explain the C-frame. This just sets the parent to the root part, so if it's not set to a parent, then it wouldn't actually move the part. Like, if I set... Like, yeah, okay. I just explained it. I don't need to re-explain it. And then we have game net debris add item. This just adds an item to a list to be destroyed. So it adds the body gyro, and then it waits 1 second, then it destroys it, basically. It's just a cleanup function, basically. Okay, so we'll do local, we'll create another function. Local function... Okay, yeah, I know what this is for. So this will be for moving the fire spear. So move towards mouse. We'll do 2 things: mouse and comma main. Make sure you guys are here. If you guys are having trouble seeing, make sure you turn up the quality. I'll scroll in a bit more just to make it a bit better sized. Do mouse comma main. Just make sure don't get these commas and stuff confused. Like, a lot of people get this and this confused, and also this. They're very different. And also this. Just make sure you're very careful of that. That can happen quite often. Okay, back to the actual script. We don't need to do that. Make sure you're always dropping your ends, by the way, guys. You cannot forget that here and here. That'll really mess up your script, and it will not work at all. Like, it's not even gonna attempt to do anything because there's not proper closure on the ends. Okay, so first off, we have to create a body velocity. So local body velocity is equal to instance dot new body velocity. And you're probably tempted to copy stuff like instance dot new. I wouldn't, because it'll be faster if you just learn to type it really fast. It's worth it to learn that, or to get used to that. So then instead of max torque, we'll do max force, because this is a force and not a torque. Torque is rotating, and this is moving an object, pushing. So do max force dot vector, so it's equal to vector3.new, like above, and we'll do, this time we'll put values in every single one, so just put a large value in every single one. I just prefer to make them even. Okay, good enough. Body velocity dot, oh, my leg is itchy again. C-frame dot new main dot position comma mouse dot position, like that. So this will get, so main, or sorry, yeah, main is going to be the hitbox of the fire spear, which is what we're going to be putting the velocity in. This basically just creates a velocity that's facing, that is at the position of, or no, this creates a velocity that is facing towards the mouse position. Same thing as this up here. Then we'll do this, body velocity. Oh, one more thing you cannot forget. So you have to do dot look vector. So this gets the direction that it's looking at, which I was explaining just a minute ago. And then we'll do times 100. Times 100, this is the speed. So don't edit this right now. Here, I'll just do this, speed. You guys can come back and edit this if you don't like the speed of the this fire spear. So yeah. And if the fire spear like drops, like if you're using your own model, you can edit these to be bigger, because this is the max force. And if you have like a large character for some reason, you can change that as well. But I doubt you are. Okay, so then we'll do body velocity dot parent is equal to main, so it'll set the parent to the fire spear. And I don't think I'm gonna add this to the oh my goodness, guys. I don't think I'm going to add this to the I'm actually having a stroke right now, to the debris folder. I'm going, because it's going to be parented to the spear, which is going to get deleted anyways. I just need to, I don't need to do anything with that because it's going to get deleted. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. I could not even say it. Okay, then we'll do another body gyro. So we'll second. Yep. Okay, so I guess we can really just copy and paste this here. I mean, except for the game debris, just copy and paste that, paste it down here, and we're just going to edit it very slightly. So replace root part with main. That's basically it, except for one more thing. So here, replace these zeros with the same big number. It could be bigger, it doesn't matter. This just makes the spear face the character, so yeah. Next up, so we are done with the functions, so we'll go with the remote event. So do remote dot on server event connect function, delete that, and then drop the end. Oh wait, did I not define? I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to define the remote. So let's just go back up. So I skipped a part by accident. My bad. I was like, man, this is looking awfully bare. Okay, so go back all the way up to the top. So right underneath your services, add a new thing called, oh my goodness, variables. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot about this. We'll do local remote is equal to replicated storage, wait for child, fire sphere, and then we'll do that again gets the remote, and then we need to get the actual sphere itself. So we'll do local uncloned fire is equal to, oops, fire is equal to server storage, wait for child, fire sphere. Okay, oops, cap sensitive, done. Okay, and let me explain one thing. So you're probably wondering why I don't use replicated storage to store my models. So basically, if it's in replicated storage, that means it's replicated to the client. And this may sound very confusing to you, but if it's replicated to the client, that means people have access to it, meaning they could easily steal your models if it's in replicated storage. While if it's in server storage, they don't actually have access to that model, so they can't simply execute a script and steal it. That may have sounded very confusing, and I don't expect a lot of you guys to understand that, but just keep your stuff in server storage, please. Unless it's a remote or something that needs to be accessed by a local script, such as something in starter GUI, starter pack, etc. Back onto the main thing. And please don't be overwhelmed if that sounded really, really confusing. You will eventually understand if you keep at it. So first off, we're going to do two variables. So inside these brackets, we'll do player, comma, mouse, underscore C frame. And I'm just gonna quickly explain what these two values are. So this is player. This is always fired whenever a remote is fired from the client. And then this is the mouse C frame, which we fired and put here. So this is mouse.hit, which is basically the mouse C frame. So it's the C frame of the mouse. The mouse position. I don't know a better way to describe it. It's the position of the mouse in the map, in the workspace. So yeah. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Go back to your initiator, your server script. Okay, so first off, we'll do if cool table player dot name is equal to true, then return end. So it checks if it finds, hold on, I need to put chapstick on. That checks this little table we have up here, the cool table, and it checks if it finds the player, and if it's true, then it returns end. So now to make that true, so it doesn't repeat, we'll do cool table player dot name true. Okay, and then we'll do this. We'll just go down a bit. We'll do a local character is equal to player dot character. And if you guys are wondering how I just like write all this stuff up, this is definitely pre-written. There's no way you could just type this up from scratch like this. I mean, you could, but there would be a lot more going back and forth to fix and testing a lot more. I have a script that I made a while ago that I'm using, and I'm just looking off on my other monitor. And then I just explain the process as I'm re-scripting it, basically. And let's get back on with it. So go local root part is equal to character, wait for child, humanoid root part, like that. Okay. And then we had to get a debris folder. So it's just a thing in workspace that we're going to create. Don't get it confused with debris, game.debris. This is just a folder to keep all of our items in workspace, so it's not like all cluttered up if you're trying to test and look through something there. So we'll do this. Local debris folder is equal to workspace, find first child, debris folder, oopsie, we don't want to do space, no spaces, and or instance.new folder, oopsie, folder, comma, workspace. So this basically looks through workspace for a folder or for an item called debris folder. If it does not find that, so or it'll create a new folder and then set its parent to workspace. So the next up we have to do debris folder dot name is equal to debris folder. That way it names it so it can find it again. Okay, oh my goodness, my knees, bro. I guess I have like a rash on my knee, sunburn, something. We'll do local fire spear, oopsie, sensitive, remember, is equal to unclone fire clone. Oops, just 2. Okay, so now we have to get the objects inside of the fire spear, such as the handle, the hitbox, and the mesh, like I showed you earlier. Oh yes, I just cracked all my knuckles. Perfect. Okay, so we'll do this. Local handle is equal, oopsie, is equal to fire spear, wait for child handle, and we're gonna use the handle to correctly position the hand along the spear, just so it looks correct, like they're throwing it like an actual spear. And then we'll do local, oopsie, local hitbox is equal to fire spear. Oh my goodness, fire spear, wait for child hitbox. Again, that's just getting the hitbox, so the thing that we're going to put the velocity in and the thing that we'll be using to give damage to the player. So we'll use a dot touch function on that. Then we'll do local, oopsie, oh my goodness, I'm like one to the right because my keyboard, my new keyboard is slightly smaller because my old keyboard broke. So this is very bad timing. So, and then we'll do local mesh is equal to fire spear, wait for child mesh fire spear. Okay, so then that gets the mesh parts of the actual looks of the spear. So next we'll do this. We'll do fire spear set primary part C frame. Oops, C frame right hand. Did I get there? No, I skipped over something again, guys. So, oh my goodness, so what's new? Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do local, just below the debris folder, do local right hand. So below this line that says local debris folder, local right hand is equal to character wait for child right hand, like so. Now this isn't underlined. If you have something underlined in like orange, or I think it's orange, right? Yeah. If you have something underlined in orange, that means it can't find the variable, so you probably just misnamed one or the other. So it's pretty easy. It's an easy fix. Just look at your script, compare it to mine. Look at where it's underlined orange. If that's correct there, then scroll up and look through and try to find the thing named the same. Okay, so do right here, right hand.c frame. So we're basically setting the primary part C frame to the right hand. And for your fire spear, the primary part should be the handle. So it's just going to set the C frame of the entire model based on the handle. to the right hand, which is the purpose of the handle. If that makes sense. Okay, then we'll do fire spear.parent is equal to debris folder. There we go. Now it comes into use. Okay, then we need a weld, so it sticks to the hand while it's playing an animation. So we'll do local weld is equal to instance.new motor 6D. Then we'll do a few things. So we'll do weld.parent is equal to handle weld.part O is equal to right hand to weld dot part 1 is equal to handle. Now, okay, next up, that was a weird noise I just made. Okay, so we set the parent, we did all that. Then we'll just do one thing. This is very important, by the way, or else the velocity will appear laggy almost. Like, it'll stop a second before hitting the player. It's a very annoying thing, and I don't know why it does it. But this fixes it. So you do hitbox, set network owner, and then you do nil. And then I'm just gonna do a quick test. I'm not 1000% sure if this is gonna work right off the bat on it. Okay. It should work only once because it doesn't ever set it back to false. But it should give me a fire spear in my hand. Where's my torso? That's not even part of what? Hold up, is my torso invisible? Is this a Roblox issue? Okay, this is a Roblox issue. Ignore that. I don't know how that's even possible. But it works, okay? It puts a spear in my hand. That's what I wanted it to do. Yeah, okay. That's literally all I needed it to do. And it should do that for you. It shouldn't go away. You shouldn't be able to do it again. I actually don't know what's wrong with... What is wrong with my... Okay, it doesn't matter. That's some weird Roblox glitch that I've never seen before. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That shouldn't happen to you guys. Because it isn't the script. Okay, we'll do, I don't know. We'll do local function make stuff happen. Someone earlier was mentioning Roblox acting weird as well. Maybe that's part of it. So we'll create a function here. So let's just call it make stuff happen. Do spawn function. This will basically spawn a function. So it'll create a oh, don't forget close there. This will basically create a function. Don't forget your ends. This is very important. This will create a I keep correcting me. I keep lapping over myself. This will basically create a function that exists in its own thing. So if I put a weight like inside here, like weight 10, it will not affect anything outside of the script. Versus if I put it here, it'd wait 10 seconds before actually doing any of this. Okay, so we don't actually want that there though. That's not part of the script. First off, we'll do look at mouse like so. We'll do first off mouse C frame in the parentheses, comma root part. Then we'll do weight 0.6, weld destroy, and then we'll move towards mouse. So do again mouse C frame, and then comma hitbox like so. And I'm not going to test it just yet because we need to do this. Make stuff happen like that. And then I'm just gonna add an animation before I test. So we'll do this. We need to do local animation and local animation is equal to instance.new animation. God, I'm so messy right now, aren't I? Animation.animation ID. I'll explain it all in a second. Is equal to RBX asset ID two dot thingies // and so this is the number you'll paste from the animation ID, or so from the animation you create. So this will not work. I don't think this animation will work for you. If I can figure it out, I'll put it in the description for you guys. You know, to republish it yourself. It may work in Studio for you though. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll show you how to take the animation out completely if that's what you're looking to do. So do 3 2 4 2 3 3 2 4 2 3 1 6 7 8 8 like that. Just hit enter and then do local load animation. Go to character dot humanoid load animation. There we go. Animation load animation play. Oops. Play. And if you don't want to do an animation, just put these 2 dashed lines on all this stuff. That will make it not do anything. It'll comment it out, basically making it not do anything. And then also before testing it real quick, I'll do local sound is equal to instance.new sound. So do sound ID, not sound group ID is equal to this. And this one will actually work for you guys. So you guys can use this one, and I suggest use it, or it's also cool to find your own. Actually, I suggest finding your own, because that's more fun. Okay, so you do Roblox, RBX asset ID like that. Same thing you did before. Then this time the number is 3 2 4 2 5 2 2 5 3 2 like that. That was very difficult to type out. We'll do sound.parent is equal to root part like that. Sound.playback speed is equal to 1. Sound.max distance is equal to 200. There's a lot of stuff that goes into sound. Sound.volume is equal to 2. Sound play. Game.debris add item sound, 5, and also that reminds me, game.debris add item animation, like just do 10. It doesn't matter too much. Then load animation is equal to nil as well. This just makes it to where the server doesn't have to hold the value for it anymore, so there's not a memory leak. Then this is just, and memory leaks happen when there's variables left over that aren't cleaned up properly. And then this just destroys the animation. And then I'll explain sound. So the playback speed is how fast it plays. This is the max distance that the sound can be heard. This is volume. And then this just plays the sound. Okay, I guess I'll test now before doing anything. Now it should play an animation and throw my spear. It's not going to do any damage. It'll do that basically. That works. That's how I want it to be. It's good. So it just plays the sound and throws it. And right now you should be able to do it more than once, because I have not added the final thing that sets it to false. Now this here, let's do this now, just so you guys don't get confused. You're just going to copy this line, the one right below on server event. You're going to scroll down, go to this last end here, and then just paste that line. And then instead of true, set it to false. This just sets the cooldown to false so that they can use the move again. And also down here, right above it, we're going to add a wait 8. This is the cooldown, so you can change this number here to whatever you want. You can have a very long cooldown. You can do 50, you can do 5. You can make it very spammable. You could do 2. You could do 0, or just nothing. But I'm gonna keep it at 8 because it's generally spammable, and that's just how I wanted it. Okay, so we need a function to delete the spear, so we'll just do local function delete spear, and this is only because I want it to fade out rather than just despawn. Usually just use debris, and I know I say debris, I just say it because I like to say it that way, guys. Okay. Oh, and don't forget your oopsie close thingy there. Just make sure you get your ends correctly. Those are what most people mess up on. So to wait 8 like that, Then we'll do for I is equal to 1, 100, do like that. And then we'll do mesh.transparency. Oh god, let's not do 100, that's a lot. We'll do 10. Mesh.transparency is equal to mesh.transparency plus 0.1. And then we'll wait 0.09. And then we'll do this. Right under this end that you did right here, just do fire spear destroy. So after that's all said and done and it's fully transparent, it destroys the fire spear, removes it, and it is gone completely. Okay, so and then after, just right after that, right after this final end for this function here, you'll do delete spear. Oops, that's the debris folder. Delete spear, so you'll call the function so it starts that up. It'll wait 8 seconds, so as soon as it's done and gone, you can use the move again. Or really, as soon as it's, not even as soon as it's done and gone, as soon as it's starting to vanish. Okay, so just drop a few lines just to give you a bit of space. We'll do this, we'll do local, or I'm just going to drop a few more. Local bin hit is equal to false, so this will detect if someone has been hit. So then we'll do this, we'll do hitbox.touched, and I know this is taking a very long time here. I'll just check real quick. So far it's been 41 minutes. We are almost done, guys. There's one little function we have to do left. This is the biggest part, and it should go by generally quickly. So we'll do hitbox. I'll try to finish this task again. .connect function, and then hit inside of here. Delete that extra thing. I don't know why it does that. And then you'll drop your end. That is so weird. I hate how it doesn't correctly fill it for you. It's like a new Roblox update they're working on. I think it's just buggy. Okay, so we got that. Then we'll do this. So you're gonna be my phone. We'll do if not hit dot parent find first child humanoid, then return end. So if it does not find a humanoid on that object, then it just won't do anything. Most people do a hit.parent.parent, so like if it hits a hat or something, but I don't like that because hats, I mean, different players have different hats. That just ruins hitboxes. Okay, then you're just gonna tab. I'll do if hit dot parent, dot parent dot name is not equal to character dot name, then I hope all my commentary is not confusing you guys more. You guys aren't meant to understand all of it. You're supposed to pick up pieces of it till you eventually will understand it correctly. So don't be discouraged if you're not completely understanding this. This may all be very confusing. I started out that way, of course. So does everyone. No one starts out good unless they already know how to program or are very knowledgeable on this kind of stuff. So do not be discouraged. You will get there eventually. So the next step we'll do hit.parent find first child humanoid, take damage, and then 30. So again, I'm just going to do this damage number. You can change this 30 to whatever you want. So this is just how much damage they take. That can be 100. 100 is what the health they usually have. So you can make it one shot. You can make it do like no damage. You can do whatever. Like if it's going to be really spammable, you can make it do very little damage. Or you can make it a very OP move and just make it insta-shot everybody. Whatever you want to do, honestly. And then we need a hit sound effect. So something that plays whenever it hits a character, just so you know it hits. So local sound 2. Okay, right. We're going to be a bit lazy, and this is perfectly okay to do. We're going to go get the sound. We're just going to copy, paste it. Then we're going to go through and just do sound 2 on, sound 2 on all these things. Oops. like that, including here, sound 2. And then we're going to go through and edit this number here because it is a different audio. So we do 324 250. I'm going a bit slow. 8461, like that. And instead of it being parented to the root part, we'll do hit. Playback speed stays as that. Max distance can go to 400 because it will be a pretty good distance away from the person you're hitting and you want to hear it. Then we'll do volumes 15 because whenever I was playing this audio, it was very quiet. So I had to kind of turn that thing up a lot. Next up, we'll do, we'll get the orientation. So we need to save the orientation so whenever we weld it to the thing we hit. So we want it to be thrown. Then we want it to stick into the character and keep that like angle. And like, so if you hit them in the head, it'll get stuck in their head and then it'll fade away. It's a very cool thing it's very fun to play with, I'll tell you that. I've enjoyed using it. So we'll do local rotation. My eyeball. Okay. Rotation 2 is equal to hitbox.orientation. And then we'll destroy a few things inside this hitbox. So we'll do this. Hitbox, wait for child. This is, we didn't destroy it then because it went to be destroyed whenever it hits the character. So wait for child, body gyro, destroy, and then hitbox, wait for child, body velocity. It's a bit of a messy way to do it, I'm not gonna lie. This was a while ago when I was still not the best at scripting. But it gets the job done and it works. So we'll do hit box dot position is equal to hit dot position, hitbox dot orientation is equal to rotation 2. Oops. 2. Okay, then we're gonna do another weld. So we created this weld up here. Basically just scroll up and copy and paste that down here. You don't even have to change the name of this one because the other one should be deleted by now. And move this parent down below. Just move the parent line below, down below it. I keep saying below. For part 0, just change that to hit. And we'll change this one to hitbox. And same for the parent. The parent will also be hitbox. Okay guys, we're almost done. We only have like 20 lines left. If you just tuned in till now, congratulations, you are very close to being done, and good luck and hope you don't have any errors. Okay, then we'll do this. Before setting the parent, actually, just go up like this, drop a line, so we'll do weld.co is equal to hit.cframe inverse. I don't know what I was doing here, honestly. I could have just used constraint, a weld constraint. And it'll be weld.c1 is equal to hitbox.cframe inverse. And then we set the parent to hitbox, and the weld is done. And then down here we'll do bin hit is equal to true. Oh, so I see an issue already. So, in my thing, I put the bin hit to true, like, way down here. And that would cause it to, like, spaz out and do a bunch of damage if, like, super close. So put this up here at the top. Like, all the way at the top. It should be the first thing that's done. I don't know why I did that last. Make sure that's just below this one. The if hit.parent.name's not equal to character.name, then... Oh, hold on. I messed up again, I think. Right. So right below this line, so it won't be 121, but the if hit.parent.name is not equal to character. I keep doing this. We'll do if bin hit is equal to true, then return end. So if this is true, then it just returns and it doesn't do anything. So we got all that. I think that is completely done, actually, guys. I feel like we're missing an No, no, we're not. Okay, so we're gonna test it, make sure everything's okay, and if I made a mistake, I'll go back and quickly fix that. Let me just walk away so I can get a good, solid, hit. And it looks like it works. It sticks in. It's pretty. I like it. I think it's pretty badass. That'll stick in like that, and then you could do other body parts. It's not just like, you can stab it into his chest, or his arm, or his hand. It really doesn't. Wherever. Sometimes it can be a bit glitchy, and just whatever it hits first. But it works, and it doesn't hit multiple players. That'd be a little broken. And then just for fun, I'm gonna change the cooldown. This is what you can do. You can change the cooldown to 0.1. This is broken, but it's kind of cool. Here, I'm just you can just spam it. Oh, I feel bad for your ears. That is a bit loud. Yeah. We'll keep that at 8. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, or if you just want to tune into my game that I'm working on, you can join my Discord. It's going to be in the description. If that expires, you can DM me in Discord. It's Kaz number 6969. I'll put that in the description as well. Yeah, so if you have any questions, or if your script is not working, then just DM me. You probably messed up somewhere. I doubt, the script works here clearly. It probably won't stop working for a few years at least. Unless Roblox removes some major feature. So thank you for watching, if you watched till the end, or if you're skipping to the end to see if I pasted the script something, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in later for another tutorial or showcase or whatever, and I'll be back later. Bye.